is keeping the lives in the closet. So once we're off the live, my videos seem to be disappearing. So we're fighting it, man. We're fighting it. We got two cameras. So welcome to 1111 Tarot, right? So what we're doing tonight, you guys. Oh, and I'm Mama D. For those of you that are new, welcome aboard. Okay. And those that are returning, welcome home. What we're going to do tonight is we're going to look into Keegan Klein. Now, everybody has suspicion. I mean, most people have suspicion. There is a lot to this story. I can't get into it and wrap it up and be like, here's the gist. So if you're not familiar with why we're looking at Keegan Klein, all I can say is that he is a suspect in the Delphi murders of Abigail Williams and Liberty German. And they were 8th graders, and it was atrocious. And for, I think it's been 6 years now, almost 6 years, we've been looking for the killer. They've arrested one man that they suspect is, well, he's innocent until proven guilty. His name is Richard Allen. They have Keegan Klein, another man, in jail, and he had charges, atrocious charges, multiple, like I'm talking 30 or something like that, charges of child pornography. And those recently, a lot of the charges got dropped, and then boom, we get Richard Allen. So it makes me kind of wonder to myself, there's a couple ways to look at it. So I want to figure out through the cards what way this plays out. So I'm going to throw out some scenarios, and then we're going to draw some cards that give us centers, which scenario is closest to what really is the story. All right. So this is one scenario we're going to look at. It's going to be on this side of my board. This is the 1111 board. You can get one in person for now. Online, they are selling very well, and I'm only making 500, and that is it. And I've already got them printed, and they're ready to roll. They come with a C of A. But if you are outside the United States and you still want one, you can get one through a digital download, instantaneous, no waiting for customs to release it, nothing. It's just yours. You can print it at a drugstore, wherever they print something, they can print it very affordably for you. Okay, my lovely. So this side of the board, I am going to be using this for Keegan Klein. On this side of the board, I'm going to be doing Richard Allen, the suspect that is being held and charged with double murder, homicide of Abby and Libby. In the middle and through the middle and both ways, I've got these big, large squares, right? This is going to tell me how they crisscross. So we're breaking it down analytically in a sense for the reading. We're going to have our analytical side of what happened here. Is there a connection intellectually between, and that could be communication. So that could be your phones, multimedia, camera, footage. That's going to tell me if there's any type of connection that way. Then as I get into this part, this is the emotional trial and error. Is there a commitment between the two of them? Any type of contract that they emotionally connect on? As we move up here, we're in the physical part of the reading. This tells me if they had physical contact with each other. Did Keegan Klein and Richard Allen come together physically in any event? Now, it's not going to show me if they met at the drugstore one time and they got their pictures and went on their way and there was no deal. It's going to show me a monumental, this is something they worked on together. Okay? Now, over here I have the spiritual success. This is more or less what the future has in store for them. So this side will be Keegan. Can we do that instead of Keegan Klein? It's easier to say as Keegan. So this will be Keegan, and this will be Richard Allen. And So here are the scenarios I want to understand, and here comes the truth train. One scenario on this hand could be, and it's going to get graphic, and this is true crime, face it. Trigger warning, you're on a true crime channel. That films were made for profit over the taking of innocence, and then those videos were for a specific buyer. So that could be one person is the murderer, the one that did the filming, and the other person is the buyer. I try and handle this so YouTube doesn't go fling. Okay. Another scenario. If Keegan, in other words, Keegan Klein, Keegan, is truly, if he is a serial red rummer, then who is his groomer? Serial killers generally are very abusive to animals. You can get a different kinds of different serial killers. You can get them where they have mental illness and they're known as roamers. I listened to all kinds of stuff on a psychological channel today. And then my school psychologist called about an IEP meeting for my son, and him and I got into some talk on it too. Anyway, for those crimes, there's usually a grooming of the victim and a grooming of the next apprenticeship of red rum. It's very distasteful. So that's what I would have to say is if Keegan is because we know already he likes to trade photos. So he could be the buyer, right? Would make sense if one of the girls, Libby, is talking to him, thinking she's talking to this really cute kid, right? Just innocent on the web, talking to a kid. All right. So he's the one that's now found who he wants. And now he puts his order in, and this person's to fulfill it. Now, one thing that crosses my mind that makes me wonder is we have since found out that Richard Allen wasn't the main manager of the pharmacy at the time of the murders. That he worked there, and it makes it a lot more easy to understand where he could have got his hands on chloroform. His house is within walking distance, and it's hidden on a trail. Why would you kill them in the park? Why would you do that when you could lead them to your basement, chloroform these children, tie them up, walk them back out to wherever it was in the middle of the night, and do it then? Especially if you're from the area, you know the path you were going to take ahead of time. You probably walked it and walked it and walked it. So with Richard Allen living that close, you have to also think about the fact that Keegan did some talking. We don't know what was said, but they went and looked at the Wabash River. And and it might be Wabash. I think it's Wabash. I just heard that. Wabash River. And in the Wabash River, they found something that led us to a search. So that's one side of the coin. Now, is it possible that the groomer and Keegan Klein and Richard were all three present and did this deed? And how would they be connected? So, that's where I'm at, because I do feel Keegan is connected. I've already done readings. I get a slight connection. Do I get in the past readings that Keegan Klein killed one of these girls? No, not yet. I haven't seen it. So this is a very confusing energy because it is so dark that I pull back from seeing something. I get images in my head that are like snapshots that are flashed at me really, really fast. And they're always the same, like 5 snapshots, but they traumatize me every time. And I get them every time I do the reading. I was fortunate enough to pay my respects in person with a lot of my beautiful supporters. My 1111 family was there. I did not get one flash of what happened to the girls, so I was there. So I was terrified of that part. I was completely protected, like it was sheltered. The only time I get the flashes is when I do their reading. So I am wanting to say thank you for that. Okay, you guys, so I'm not going to get into that. I've kind of shared it a little in the past. It's very graphic. I will just say there's a white sheet and blood is used. Okay, with all of that, we are now starting the reading. So Mama D is done babbling. I want to say hello to everyone. I will bring up chat at the end of the read so that we can converse, ask questions, talk, and spend a little time together. But I want to stay in this energy. Queen of Pentacles is the overall energy. I'm going to show both cameras. So when you get the Queen of Pentacles, this is a solid energy, a fixed energy. This is longevity. It's also wifey. I'm at a pause. Look at this wife and then tell me if she doesn't look like Richard Allen's wife. It's like she's looking at me, like his wife is looking at me with disdain. That's what I'm feeling, y'all. I have to be honest. I'm trying to get it so that you can see it and the lights aren't glaring. It's hard on this camera. The live takes a little bit there. So you have to bear with me. I'm showing the live as well. Okay. Show me this Queen of Pentacles. That could be the mother of all business deals. I'm just going to leave that off the board. We're going to start off with, I want to understand Richard's clarity on his involvement with the Delphi murders. What is illuminated by him? He is stuck. Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is a very stuck energy. They're also the Dark Knight that wins in the end. This is in reverse. This Dark Knight is not going to win. They are stuck in a very dark way. Let me understand the clarity of that next with Richard Allen. Show me his actual involvement. Not what the law thinks, not what anybody feels. Did Richard Allen physically harm these girls? 7 of Wands, defending. We got one card. He's defending himself. 7 of Wands is defending myself, and this is a no. So I'm confused. It even looks like Richard Allen, and it looks like his wife. I'm not kidding. Take a good look at that, you guys. This is bizarre. Look at that face. I don't know. All right. So we know he's defending himself. Did he lay hands, qualify? Did he lay hands on these children, Abby and Libby? Eight of Cups, walking away. Eight of Cups, walking away. What does that mean? I'm even more confused. He did walk in the wilderness at night. Look, it's a wilderness card, you guys. But when you're not always walking away, you're walking to your, oh my God, you're walking to your 2 cups, your wish fulfillments. So you have 8 cups, you have 8 trophies, you want 2 more. Oh my God. Okay. My heart just sunk. Because look, he's on this journey in the moonlight with a damn stick. He's probably wearing a vest. Okay. So we have this walk away and defending ourselves. Show me his actual energy entwined with the Delphi girls. Queen of Wands, power. So when you get the Queen of Wands, this is about ego. This is about power. This is it's like trying to obtain royalty. See, like this red robe with this purple light. And it's all about the power with the Queen of Wands. Pisces energy, very interesting. I'm also picking up hints of Libra, just so you know. All right, now I want to go into a little bit more understanding of Richard and Libby, because that's what I pick up on. Richard and Libby, Temperance, Archangel Michael, protector of children. Fire and water. Fire and water. What is this? What is this, Temperance? Fire and water. 4 of Swords laid to rest. And I'm going to try to show you guys because I haven't touched the cards. So do you see how it flung itself over the fire and water? I'm going to show you on the recorded one too. Just a minute. Here we go. Do you see how it landed? Yeah. Now, you guys, if the cameras are all screwy, I'm sorry, but you had to see that. Because that you need to see that. 4 of Swords in my True Crime Tarot is laying someone to rest. As you can tell, with the 4 of Swords, you are laid on a sarcophagus. You are dead. And you are being staged with your hands in prayer. We know there was staging. It landed on Archangel Michael, protector of children. Lay this child to rest. I am asking about Richard. Okay, now, let's see where he's going with this. Where's Richard going? He's begging the courts. He's asking the courts to have mercy on him. Renewal. What will be renewed for him? And thank you. I hope that this is our satisfaction. But I asked what would be renewed for him, and he got satisfaction. 10 of Cups. Well, then I hope he wants justice for the girls finally. Is this true? I now understand. All along, we have gotten something to do with the church. Always in the Delphi readings, if you're with me, right? I got the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is about a higher commitment, a higher source, your higher self, higher learning. And in some way, he is going to get a renewed higher learning. So there's a court, if you will, in the spiritual realm that he's going to have to face. And that's the emotional satisfaction, is that he is facing that. All right. Let me understand the outcome for Richard Allen at this time. Now, this doesn't mean the end game. This means he's looking for a lawyer. He has no defendant. I mean, no one to defend him. Nobody wants that. So what happens to him? Everybody is innocent until proven guilty. He has the right, and we need to protect our rights, no matter what, to have a lawyer. Here we go. Purity. What comes out of this on the spiritual side for Richard Allen? He puts his 10 burdens down. So he must get a lawyer because he gets to put his burdens down, the worry. So he's going to have a lawyer. Well, at least his burdens on that little hike are going to be relieved. I'm just curious. I wanted to know. I do feel he is carrying a lot right now, which is good for him. You know? Just saying. Let's get into Keegan. So we're going over here with Keegan. I want to understand, did he have anything to do with the Delphi murder of Libby or Abby? Is there a connection, please? 5 of Pentacles. I kind of wince because it's the abandonment card. It's the abandonment card of lack. It's saying abandoning somebody when they're in need. And that creeped me out really bad. Okay, let me understand. Did Keegan Klein have anything to do with the videos of their death? Stories out. We have the 4 of Wands. We have the 4 of Cups. We have a 44 up with the card face down. So with the 4 of Cups and the 4 of Wands, I have destiny and I have overlooking destiny. Like overlooking a big opportunity. And it's a 44. So what opportunity is being overlooked with him? The one that knoweth that does not speaketh. He knows. He's the opportunity. He has the knowledge. He has the high priestess. This is all knowing. This is the sky's the limit. I know it all. With the 4 of Wands, which is like the portal of knowing what's on the other side. He knows. And he's got apathy with that 4 of Cups. It means not giving a care. He needs an incentive and he needs a fire lit under his butt because he knows. So that's one thing Keegan does know. He knows something about the footage. What is this footage, please? I got the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune could look as a film strip, you know, the thing that holds the film in the old time. It looks very much like that to me. It's also don't let your past hold you back. It's moving forward or letting your past keep you there. It's also considered travel. Something traveling in his favor if he doesn't hold back. So he's starting to release details. We're going to see more arrests. Let's find out. Does Keegan know something that will come to light that will bring more arrests? We have the story. Oh my golly. So he's going to talk about this 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords is a fight to the death, right? It is all about winning at absolute all costs. And so Keegan will do what he has to do. There's a lot to this story. Hold on. On the board, face up, we have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is about somebody from your past that you've known almost your whole life. This could be a father, it could be a brother, it could be an uncle, it could be a cousin, a friend, family friend. It's somebody you've known since childhood. It also means don't let that person hold you back, okay? So this is somebody that Keegan is raised by, around. And I'm picking up, you know it, Tony Klein. So it's a fight to win at all costs. And the Tony Klein position falls on perspective on the board, on the 1111 board. The dreamer, it's the Leo energy. It turns out to be all about protecting family. But when it comes down to it, will you sacrifice yourself to protect your family? Leo, the sun, literally the sun. I also get the Seer card, which is the Queen of Cup. The Queen of Cup is all about this seer, like I said, somebody that knows something, somebody that has, they might not have seen it themselves, but they spiritually, intuitively have an all-knowing. So there's a female in Keegan's life that he knows, that knows what happened. Where do I even start? There's 4 more cards. I hope my son is cooking pizza because it smells like something's burning. That's what you get when you're on a live. All right, so staying with this. After these cards, I'm going to make sure we're cooking in control here. 3 of Hearts. So you've got this 3 of Swords. I said hearts. It's 3 hearts that are shattered. So there may be another victim. I always say this with Keegan. There may be a third, and I always say this, set of murders. Okay, there could be 3 sets of murders. This could lead to understanding much, much more about this serial killer. 9 of Wands, feeling defensive. He definitely, Keegan, is feeling defensive. We know this, obviously. He's facing a lot of charges. He's feeling the pressure. He's going to betray. He's going to betray 3. I just heard that. The Spirit whispered it to me. There may be an orb around me at this moment because Spirit just whispered to me. Keegan will betray 3. And he's already betrayed 1. Keegan will betray. Knight of Wands in the reverse and the Death card. Look, 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 look. When you get the Knight of Wands, in and out energy. Like they're here today, they're gone tomorrow. They're Cookie Monster. Come in, eat a snack, make a mess in your kitchen. You wake up, they're gone. Right? In and out, swift action. But when you get it in the reverse, this is somebody about to do a flip. They're going to flip on others. And they're going to do somebody bad. Scorpionic energy. It's the Death card. It's a transformation. This is something with this energy here, which this Knight of Wands in reverse is ridiculous. And then to get this Death card, this is hell of a transformation for this little fly-by-night pony boy. Are you ready to dig in? Do they mix? On the crossing of energies. Now that we understand as much as we could on that, let's get into the crossing of their energy. We're going to get a different deck for that. We're going with this deck. It's our newest deck, you guys. This is what we got. It is a horror deck. I'm trying to say that so it don't sound wrong, like I'm swearing. All right. And I don't sell cards. I'm just saying that's what we're using. All right. And it's got a really pretty back. Okay. Let me understand, first of all, we're going to start over here. Have they been in the air side of things? Have Keegan and Richard, I need 2 cards. Have they been in digital communication, whether it be through voice, phone, what kind of communication? There's digital communication. Is there connection? Okay, one card stayed on the board. We'll keep it there. It fell in the exact spot, so we're going to leave it. And are you kidding? Did y'all see that? Went in the exact spot of the other. So I asked about communication between Keegan Klein and Richard Allen, right? Oh, my thumb's itching. My ear's itching. What is all that? I'm fidgeting. Like I felt like bugs were crawling on me for a minute. Yeah. What do we have? What? What in the hell? What in the actual world? What? So remember we got the pinnacle, and I was like, that could be, because it's the pinnacle in the wheel of life, the wheel of fortune. I'm looking for it. See how that looks like the pentacle, right? Looks like the pentacle. And to me, it looked like a film reel being filmed. Well, we got the Two of Pentacles, and look at the seals on the hand. It's a devil's deal. The devil went down to Georgia. He was willing to make a deal. I'll bet you that footage ended up south. And look at the deal. So to me, that is showing me that, and I don't know who was the filmer or the murderer. I'm just showing you. And the reason I know what I'm talking about is it is followed. You just hold your breath. Hold your breath. By the death card. By the actual death card. Are you seeing it? So we have the two film rolls right over here. And then it's followed by the death card, right? So the deals are being made for the death between the two. Now, that tells me so much. My hand is itching right here between the thumb. It means something. Itchy trigger finger. Itchy trigger finger. Something weird. Nervous. I'm nervous to do this. I don't know what this means. I'm just showing you guys what energy is coming through between them. Like I'm getting red from scratching. From me physically scratching. Okay. We have the hidden card right beside the devil making a deal with death. For death. That told me what I needed to know between these two. With a hidden card. What is it that we don't know? What we didn't know that we do now is there was a contract of 7 of Swords. That's your liar, cheater, thiefer. And if you take a good look at that, it looks like the Grim Reaper. Stooped over. And look at that. Never seen this before in my life. If you really look at that, you're going to see 3 swords in the back of this creepy skeleton dude. And that are the 3 swords that I just showed you where Keegan is going to turn on 3 people. We've seen him turn on 1, right? Take a good look at those swords in the back. Wow. Okay. Holy shnikes, Batman. Let me understand. I want to understand the connection of emotional understanding between Richard Allen and Keegan Klein. An emotional, what was that? What was that? I mean, how do you have anything emotional? You a serial killer? Oh yeah, me too. I don't even, my brain can't compute this information. Reject it, deny it. But it happens. Here we go. Anything between them? Ace of Wands, an aha idea. What in the hell? Are you kidding me? So, all aces are yes. That absolutely locks in this idea Was there an aha moment between them? Was this constructed a deal between them? I've got the Ace of Wands. It's the only card given to me. And we get the yes. The Ace of Wands, and it looks like the devil's holding the card, right? It's the aha idea. It's also seen as the phallic symbol. The Ace of Wands. This is my wand, extension of me. It is my power. It's disgusting right now. Like, I feel like I have got to go take a shower. Just help me get rid of the vision for a minute, please. Thank you. Clear my head of the scene completely. I can't do this otherwise. And thank you. All right, so we're going to go over here. Now we're moving into what is the physical. Did they come into physical meeting? Did they get together on the phone? Yes. Did they get together in some texting? Yes. Did they come together on a phallic idea? Yes. But were they both present together and perform this horrific event? Show me their physical connection, if any. Richard Allen, Keegan Klein. Thank you for the story. They were definitely in World Wide Web stuff. They were absolutely in social media together. They may have been using the exact same account together. And the reason I know is because they got the world card. When you get the world card, you could consider this the World Wide Web. You could consider this as being on social media. This is communication in its finest. I mean, the card is. It's in its finest. It's like, this is definitely communication. This also suggests travel. So, there's a lot of roots curling around the picture of the earth in this, and it's a very, very dark. And you can almost see like two different sets of roots. You know what I'm like? Very creepy. Very, very creepy. Next in that story, we have the Empress, which is always in my true crime deck, the victim, unless it's only been one other time it wasn't. We've got the Three of Pentacles, the three cooperating together. And we have the King of Wands, somebody in charge of it all. So let's look at these cards. We have the victim. And when I show you this, I need you to take extreme caution at this point. This is a very graphic situation, and it literally shows what happened to Libby, which I wasn't expecting. So I need you, if you are very sensitive to any type of war, turn away from the camera now. This is going to be very brutal to see this card, and it is literally what happened to Libby, and this is what I see in my head all the time. And this, I did not know that card had that. This is a new deck to me. Ooh, shake it off. I can't wait to be done with this reading, y'all. Three of Pentacles. I can hardly breathe. It feels heavy. It feels like I'm in a cave, like a root cellar with roots hanging down. I'm in a wooden place. It's dark. It smells funny, musty. I'm being held for a short time. I'm clawing to try to get it open. I feel like I'm in a wood box, alive. And I came awake early. I don't know, y'all. I'm just sharing. And then we have that King of Wands. He looks like he works in a lab. He's got like these little drawers, and then he's got little candles all over. He's got his back to you, and he's like, come this way. I feel like this could be very much Richard Allen is the one being like, hey, I want you to help me do something here. I need something. I'm kind of feeling like I'm going to lose my voice. It's really weird. Like, this is the dark spirit does not like me sharing this at all. Like, this is something they don't want known. The Moon. It happened at night. These girls were removed, and it happened at night. They took them somewhere and held them till the moonlight. And I kept getting a werewolf, a shapeshifter. Now I know why. By day, he's Dr. Heckle, right? Jekyll? Hyde? He's the doctor. He's the pharmacist, the guy that makes that stuff. But at night, he's the monster, right? That werewolf that shapeshifts in the moonlight. I want to know next time we get together, how much does his wife know, or did she know it all? But tonight, Keegan's going to flip on 2 more. I'm getting that Keegan was like just the photograph guy. Like he's the one doing the burner phones and the contact, and he's the one that's switching stuff up and making sure this killer gets, they're switching. There's other victims. They've switched information. Keegan's is a transfer of data. Like, we're going to double check with the divining rods in a minute. So if you are that's it for the reading for you, I will go ahead and we'll get some beautiful blessings for both Libby and Abby and all of those that truly love her for their well-being. Lightning. It was all about power, but the divine's going to show us how much power really can be manifested here. Show me this also, please. Okay. So the power is going to be that it breaks up the ice. So when lightning hits in Wisconsin, the ground is frozen, right? We're in Delphi, Indiana. This is very much like this too. The ground gets frozen. But when you get that first lightning storm, it literally breaks that frozen ice under the ground and brings up all the treasures of the truth, like agates and things like that. And that's what we have in the Delphi case. It's about to get really, really informative, very confusing. Things are going to be moving a lot faster, I feel, as something that's been buried for a while starts to really become uncovered by the divine with power and submerged. So that ice is going to come right to the surface. Show me one more blessing and then we'll close this reading. Rain, purification. So yeah, you get that lightning storm with that hard rain. It breaks that frost, that frozen stagnation up. And that's when you get that purification. And this almost looks like a graveyard. There's a hidden card behind it. You're going to see, you guys can see it before anybody else. Tree, grounding, the roots. There's something buried still. There's something buried. And this could be legitimately, literally buried, or this could be that Keegan has information buried that will come to light. Okay? So if you're not into divining rods or chatting with people, that is totally understandable. I appreciate you for replaying and for you joining me live, that we come together and we are able to do a full reading on Keegan Klein's energy, Richard Allen's energy, and where they come together. And I'm gonna let you draw your conclusion. But to me, I see, in my opinion, the reading told me there is a definite connection between the communication between the two. That's what I got. To me, Richard Allen is the one that got the 4 of Swords energy, the lay to rest energy. So Richard Allen remains the one killer. I think we're missing 2 others. At least 1 other, because if Keegan Klein is 1, that's the 3 swords. He has to betray himself then. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, my lovely. If that's where you leave me, I love you. To the moon and back. God bless you. All right, my beautifuls. We're going to clear the deck here. We're going to put our beautiful cards away. What do we have here? 198 in chat. Oh my gosh, we almost have the same amount in likes. Thank you, my beautifuls. Thank you. We are going to jump into the divining rod. I want to ask some yes or no questions. And then I'm going to come up and we will chat for those on the live. Okay. Let me get this like this and make the space appropriate. Now, keep in mind, Mama D is just learning the divining rods and how to understand them all. Look how crooked we are. I can't do it. That might have made it worse. I don't care. It is what is what is. Okay. So we're going to get a firm yes or a firm no first before asking any questions in order to establish, because it could be different on different nights, depending on different energy. We are still in the shadow of the eclipse and a blood moon. When I see a blood moon, it usually means a very traumatic time in my life. And it followed suit. So I'm trying to remain real positive right now. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and get our forward facing position. Hold on, my eye is itching. Felt like somebody just took a feather and run it over my eyelashes, and I'm like, okay. Forward face. Oh, I can't. I know y'all are like, just do it. I don't blame you. I gotta take my rings off when I do it because, and I almost feel like, yeah, or my rings hurt my hands. Okay. Y'all can imagine if you had a sleepover with me, I'd fidget all night. You'd be like, would you please go to sleep? Okay, here we go. Forward facing, please, and thank you, my angels and guides, for my highest good and the highest good of Abby and Libby. Please show me a no, a firm, solid no. And thank you. I am so loving that. It's like beautiful. Okay. Please show me a solid, firm yes. Wow. Okay. Thank you. Forward facing, please. That was quite dramatic. Thank you. Was Keegan Klein, wait, does Keegan Klein have firsthand knowledge of the death of either Abby or Libby? Yes, firsthand. Was Keegan Klein present at the murder of Abigail Williams and Liberty German? No. Thank you for the answer. Was Keegan Klein waiting in a vehicle while the girls were murdered? No. Thank you for the answer. Forward facing, please. was Keegan Klein did Keegan Klein have access to video of the girls being murdered? One of the girls, maybe? Answer unclear. Thank you for forward facing. Did Keegan Klein watch the video? Okay, stop. Thank you. Was there a video made of the girl's death, of their homicide? Yes. Firm yes. Forward face, please. It's still out there. Forward face, please. Did Keegan Klein distribute the video of the murder of Abigail or of Liberty German? Forward face, thank you. I feel sick, so I'm going to quit. I know we have a lot more questions, but I literally feel like I'm going to throw up, so I'm not doing it. I need a minute. We're going to clear our energy with a bell. I feel like I'm literally going to throw up. 1, 2, 3. Okay, enough of the questions for now. Let's just dive into chat. I can't wait to hang out with you guys. Let me say goodbye to those that are rewatching and that did stick around for the short divining rod session. I appreciate your time very much. I wish you all the best. I love you to the moon and back. God bless you. Okay. Like, I need a minute, y'all. Like, I feel really nauseous, like throw-uppy. So I'm going to grab the, over here, we're going to get onto chat. Maybe you can get my energy. I felt overheated too. It's just so disgusting. The energy is so disgusting. It feels like taking hot chewing gum that's stuck on the bottom of your soul and just laying your hair in it. That, I mean, I know that sounds stupid, but I mean, it's just such a senseless, horrific, like, I can't explain it feeling, and it feels very neurotic and very sketchy and very like, ugh. It's just disgusting. Clear the, I may have to light some actual sage. I don't normally like to burn things on camera just because I don't want kids to pick up on that, but who's going to be watching my channel that's a kid? You should not be. I'll tell your mother. It's not appropriate. Okay, you guys, hold on. Let's get chat up. Like, my brain got foggy just that quick. It's nasty. It's a nasty, nasty feeling. Okay. Hi, Sassafras. Thank you. Thank you for clearing the energy. Kels Marie, Muffin Top, Phantasmic Ether. Hello. Yes. Yes, it's gripping my stomach. Ugh. Slimy. That's right, Cat Age. Okay. So, Oracle Seer, it is a horrific, horrible, disgusting, horrific situation. My heart breaks for these little girls. True Crime Housewives. I feel that KK met RA at the marathon to hand off the goods. It's looking like it. It's looking like it. That's what the cards are showing, is the deal's there. Allie French says Elizabeth Collins, who was one of the Evansdale's girls that was murdered, her dad Drew feels very strongly that these are related. We're going to have to do a reading, aren't we? Hello, Melissa. Welcome to 1111 Tarot. Hi, Ruby Blue. It's a bad energy, 100% for real. Oracle Seer, she's such a beautiful, strong soul for doing this. Aw, thank you, my lovely. Yeah, there's only so much you can do before you literally feel like you're going to self-implode with vomit. Hi, Jacqueline. How are you? Jacqueline Keeley. Aw, thank you, Ruby Blue. Stacy Sadler, hello. Julia XOXO. I like you a lot, too. Ellen Smith, great read. Joyful Dolphin, love to see you, my dear. Melissa, I think I said hi, Melissa, already. Sydney Karen. Oh, it's Queen, Sydney Queen. Sorry, I read it wrong. Forgive me, love. Says, I love you so much, Mama D. Aw, thank you. I love you right back. I truly do. I love each of you. All right, my lovelies, let's get down here. Let's see what everybody has to say. So I'm going to read your comments a little bit. And then I think we're going to call it good. We've almost done an hour. Melissa, the other day in your live at the bridge, a girl said she saw a man with a hat 50 yards back, but was a spirit. Wonder if it was Ron Logan. She was there. That is creepy. Because that wasn't the only one. Like, I don't want to go back and watch it and see it myself. But I thought people were just playing with me. But that's too many people. Like, I had lots of people tell me there was a creepy spirit showing up on my camera. And that it was about a man. And I decided to try to watch where somebody gave me the timeline. And I watched it for maybe 2 seconds and it shook me. Because what I saw when I saw it was a skeletal man. And he had a hat on and it was down and he had like a sickle and he was cutting the grass really fast like that. And I was like, nope, no can do. Don't need to see it. Don't want to know that. I was there alone. And that's scary enough. But to look back and see something on camera, I don't want it to make me fearful to go back and do things. Because I know I'm protected. Like, it could not touch me. It did not touch me. I had a beautiful trip, right? So if I would have allowed my fear to take away my protection, he probably could have wreaked havoc with me, right? Like, I don't know what all would have happened, but no good. Didn't touch me. Lady Moonlight, good to see you. Says you can find dowsing rods online. Yeah, I got mine from Amazon. The higher the copper percentage they are made from, the more energy passes through them. Right. So mine are a good copper, right? Lady Moon is running behind as I miss some of catching up. Wow, these readings are so intense. Bless you, Mama D. Aw, thank you, my love. I appreciate all the blessings I can get. I truly do. Marie, Adult Coloring Book, says, I have the same pair, Mama D. Yep, straight from Amazon, and they're not terribly expensive. Joyful says, not playing. It was a man with a hat just staring at you. Yep. Yeah, Joyful, I didn't want to hear it then because I was live on the spot and I didn't want to have to, like, run, you know? I might have faced it off, though. I'm not a runner. I have faced some definite spirits in my time. You have to literally know your faith is solid, and it's a very surreal, intense moment, but you hold your ground. Don't ever run because you have the blood of Christ to protect you. Right, Ellen M. Sparks. I ordered mine from Amazon. True. Linda Ross. Quick, Gretchy. I feel there was 4 involved. Keegan, Tony, Ron, and Richard. Is creepy as heck. Love you, Mama D. Thank you, my love. I love you too. So creepy, Stacy says. Allie French says, my rods are different than hers. my yes and no's are the opposite of Mama D's. So when she uses hers, I have to keep reminding myself what the answers are. I know, right? Like with my pendulum, Gretchen, you have got to quit that or you're going to get down and get a bath. What are we going to do with 2 babies, y'all? I don't know what I'm getting myself into. Little Jackie Moon. He's so cute, though. We got the picture. His eyes are open. Ellen M. Sparks does not feel that Ron Logan is involved. That is the best one. So, Sixth Sense Amelia says, I cut a Y switch out of Willow to divine with. All right, you guys, one time, my first ex-husband, because I've had 2, my first ex-husband could do that, and he had the Willow Witch. You know, he cut it with a knife. You have to cut he explained it, you have to cut them at an angle. You can't just saw it off. You have to cut it at an angle. I don't know. And then he split it down the middle, right? He split it down the middle, and he took it and he held it open like this, right? And it curled. It was like, and we got near the water, and it curled and came back up. And I was like, oh, that's insane. I was blown away by it. That's how they found water. His grandfather was a water witcher, right? Yeah. Ruby Blue says Willow does work too. Angel Rose says, I have a baby goat. I named her Summer. Aw, how precious. Summer would love a baby goat. For real. Jill says, I've been listening while I've been in the shower. I will definitely rewatch. All right, you guys. I love you guys so very much. I appreciate all your time that you devote to the missing children, whether it's on my channel or anyone's. I am just grateful that you guys keep their little faces out there. Please say some prayers for the justice for Quentin Simon. I have not left that case. I simply pulled my energy away from the circus for a little bit so that it would die down. I think we need to go back into it with a much more serious intent to finding the baby. I know, Gretchen, we're going. Gretchen's kind of like got a hot date with me. So, and just so you guys know, I do not really have my first sponsor. That was just a spoof on Prosser and Truckee, and I was just making fun of. It was sarcastic, you know, nudge, nudge, say no more, wink, wink. I love you guys to the moon and back. I always will, always, always. You are my favorites, every one of you, and I will see you again next time when we join to look at some more crimes. With that, make your day count, beautiful.